to join. Oh, well, we are just waiting to join up our two guys there. I was talking about if Scotland do win their new project, they will emulate what happened 4 decades ago.
Mauchi and Blessing.
Yes, we can
expected to line up as the two defenders ahead of or in front of William Tolle, the Malawian. He had a goal when Malawi were doing duty over the...
Right, okay. We'd like to apologize for the technical hiccups. We will shortly be having the full guys, the full two guys there at Wadzanai Stadium. But like I was saying, that if Scotland do get this one, their new project, they'll be like Black Rhinos back in 1984, and they won the league title in their first year in the top flight. It has never happened again. So if Scotland do that, they will be the first ones to do it. It almost happened in 2014 with ZPC Kariba. They fell on the very last day. It almost happened in 2011 with FC Platinum. They fell on the penultimate day. So it hasn't happened, like I'm saying. And right, what we are going to do now, we're just going away for a teeny weeny bit. When we come back, yes, we'll be taking you live to Wadzanai Stadium. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Poor touch, a mistake from Siwa. Can he shoot? Yes, he scores.
What a goal.
Gifted. A goal here. The man who has been a menace. Innocent Siwa.
Was very dangerous.
A mistake. Pickpocketed was Askuru Pande. The referee said it was okay. The score is now 1-0 in favor of the Lithium Boys. And the Champions are going to have to dig deep to get back into this match. He made no mistake. Beat Tedious Baye. A good distribution by Nyasulu to find Giovanni. Giovanni lays it through. And a good run there. Chance for FC Platinum is there. Wonderfully done by the team from Zishawani. What a pass. What a run. And a brilliant goal.
That was Giovanni sending in a inviting center into the penalty area. And Harmony Nara in 6s and 7s out of his line, and the ball was rolled into an empty.
It's another short one. Chiunga receives it. Good play by Chiunga. Oh, finally there. Let's take a second look at it. Oh, Mandiwe's header into the back of the net. Of course, Anyawa was involved. And finally, another defender has scored for Dimbare. 1-0, Dynamos in the lead as we head into half-time. Mandiwe, jersey number 20 for Dimbare. Yada. And then Saruwa goes down after a clash with Ross Ngwenya. Free kick to Yada. As we see the Dynamos players all congratulating their defender, the man in your picture.
FC Platinum, take a goal. Shayet Pali, Chelsea, Evapulet, Chandolenko, Gweja, Ikoli yake. Number 9, uyavalelisa ngemfana lapha ke.
Ya kukhanya lapha Simba Bhora sebebiza ama players bathi hayi leli goli leli hayi alihloswanga kuhle.
Webster Tafa. Beshaycross yelitayata.
Yebo.
Mauchi. Equalizer.
Matot.
Umalifuna ke uMauchi lapha ke. Bazamniki yellow card ke.
Wona ke goalkeeper wenzani uyathethisa uref yene le yellow card la bazaqeda bele 9 men la.
Quickly taken. It comes back to Quadramir with a good looking center. The header goes through and is there. This is the cross. Well taken, headed on. And Chirinda was in. Just guided the ball past the goalkeeper Takutwa Chikosi to make it 1-0. Good control coming in from Chamboko Talent. He finds Meke. Turns one way, then the other. Oh! Wonderful effort. Brilliant goal by Meke to make it 2-0. But what a thunderous drive. There he is. Shift onto the right-hand side. Oh, that was a bullet. Into the corner. The goalkeeper had no chance at all. Cleared away there by Chamboko. Chirinda is broken loose. Will you chip it over the bar? Chirinda taking too long. But yes, he makes it. Brilliant. Brilliant effort. But what on earth were the defenders doing?
Yes, in football it's time they say you have to be able to use your brains.
Here it is. Obreo Chirinda receives the ball from Meke. He wanted to play it, dumming once, nearly lost it, but he still had the presence of mind to chip it over the advancing goalkeeper into the empty net to make it 3-0. Obreo Chirinda, for as long as it's within his right, but he decides to go early with the long effort. And the danger here, and the fourth goal! Tanaka Mnemo makes it 4 for Ngezi Platinum.
Those were some of the goals that we're bringing to you from the games, many games that were brought to you here on ZBC TV. We hope you enjoyed that as well. We're still trying to rectify that problem so that we can cross back live to Wadzanai Stadium for that humdinger of a clash between log leaders Simba Bhora, Chinuchedu, and the team placed number 2, right breathing down their necks, Maviravira, Scotland. As soon as we do that, we will be crossing over to Wadzanai Stadium. Like I said, we will also keep you updated on the other 7 games that we've got. We've got a total of 8 today, and there's only one tomorrow from Rufaro Stadium, Dynamos and Triangle United. At Rufaro, like I said, Herentals, the students, 3 games, the 3 last games, they've been beaten, trying to come back to winning ways. And, Sparrow, the students, will be trying to come back to winning ways by beating Caps United. Difficult game.
A difficult game. I mean, they're coming against the wounded Caps United. Kabanana and his players, they also need to be winning. And for Herentals, that fixture, they've always, the Caps bogey team, they always manage to get the 3 points. We are hoping this game they can also get the 3 points because, like rightfully said, from number 9 coming downwards, anyone can get relegated.
Oh, yes.
It's precious points that teams need to be picking up right now. So if you look at the way Caps United are not safe themselves, so they need to pick up 3 points. So that's what even makes it the game more difficult.
That's
the Caps United want to win at home.
Yep. Herentals are safe. They're the top 8. One of the top 8 teams that are safe. Herentals won't get relegated whatever happens. From number 9, they might get relegated. That's from the Islanders are number 9 and like the big 3. So that my job is on the line. I've already promised you that if all those 3 go, that's it. I have to keep my promise. If they go, I'm out of a job. You won't see me. You won't hear me on radio. Ground because I have to keep my promise. So I'm crossing. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that won't happen. At the Hart Stadium, Yada will be taking on Bikita Minerals. That's again is a dog-eat-dog affair. And Manika Diamonds will be taking on Green Fuel. That's another dog-eat-dog affair. Chicken Inn will be taking on Kwekwe United, another dog-eat-dog affair. So all the games that are there today, Uche, I mean, they're just dog-eat-dog affairs.
Yeah, like if you look at the Yada Bikita Minerals, they are hovering in the relegation zone. The relegation X is hovering over their heads. They are on the guillotine. And like we said, CNN earlier on, it's now a game of 3 points. A draw, the teams from points 9 to 18, no luxury of a draw. Get the 3 points, then wiggle your way out of the relegation zone. So the teams are facing the exit door in terms of the Premiership. So,
Right, Uchel, sorry to butt in. Yes, I've got good news for you. Yes, we are taking you live to Wadzanai Stadium, Simba Bhora taking on Scotland to join Stanley Katsande and Joseph Nkani. We'll be talking to you at halftime.
Nelson Chajga, who finds Murwira in the middle of the park. A lovely turn there by Kamapiliad, and the ball played wide on the far side. Good defensive work from Simba Bhora in averting the danger. Throw in to be taken by Manenji. And the Manenji still drifting through. The Simba Bhora are nibbling at the feet of the Scotland players who are not happy with the kind of tackling. You see, Knowledge Msona is a gentleman of the game. He doesn't normally complain. He's waving his finger to say this is unfair.
Yeah,
the free kick comes through.
It was a bit too physical for his liking, as well as too physical for the referee's liking, and rightly so. A free kick was awarded to Scotland, and seemingly maybe Simba Bhora are maybe too physical. This encounter, maybe players have been briefed to make it known that you are there. Don't allow your opponent to just breeze past you without giving them your attention.
Yes, a clear sign that, look, Simba Bhora are not welcoming visitors here. Knowledge Msona with a good looking cross, and that one glanced out of play. For a corner kick, William Tolle will have to watch this one very carefully. I can see even Ziocha is coming across to help defend this corner kick. Walter Msona, one of the danger men there inside the box. The source of discomfort for Simba Bhora. It's still goalless. Let's see how this corner will be taken. Here it comes, high in the area, cleared away once again, but drops kindly. Fosi Dolo is played immediately backwards to Manenji, who's looking for Walter Msona, but Mauchi will clear. This is taken down neatly. Little Nderek is a tricky customer, but Mureremba brings him down. And this is the first yellow card.
Yes, I think the referee now wants to make his authority felt in this game, where we've seen a number of hard tackles coming in, and the referee there calling out that tackle. It was late, he was beaten clean, and of course he then blocked his way, and this so legally. And I think the referee there will be understood to have given a yellow card to against Mureremba. So maybe sounding a warning to the referee, say, guys, let's play clean, let's play smart, win competitively, and win cleanly.
Yes, indeed, it's a game being played in a volatile atmosphere. Both teams do not want to lose. Nwube guiding this one, looking for his captain, who has to run backwards to collect. The impressive Mauchi playing it through Sona, having to go backwards. Picked up on the near side here by Tafa. Doesn't do a good job. Mureremba guiding it backwards. Sona taking long to clear, but finally releases the ball. And this one is played into touch. Machope getting a kick in the head. Throw in to Simba Bhora. This is Scotland rather, who are taking it on the near side with Murwira. Tough marking from Blessed Dereki. Another throw for Mavira. Sona. Back to again now the tackling. At first I would have said the tackling is firm, but it continues to be careless. Yellow card on Nyani for some overzealous attention on an opponent. One each on yellow cards, Mreremba and Nyani.
Yeah, one thing that I think I should point out is that Simba Bhora are advised not to give away free kicks in dangerous areas against Scotland. They might be punished from such moves.
Shona once again, but again the header goes in the wrong direction, headed into the area by Kevin Moyo. Here he comes up again with another effort, but Simba Bhora managed to clear. Shidolo! Headed away, and Ngube scrambles it away. The referee in the way. Play continues. Simba Bhora trying to come through. They are looking for every loose ball here. Manenji picked up by Moyo. Kelvin wide to the far side. Sona with another long searching ball, and it comes to the near side. Mreremba now playing a defensive role. Comes to Sona Walter, looking for his elder brother. Back to the youngster. The sliding tackle there by Webster Tafa. My word, this is a tough match indeed. As Moyo collects on the far side, Manenji calls for it. He will turn back and find former captain, that's Peter Madua, to Murwira. Ball played through. It comes back again to Kurira. Ball lays it through for Georgia. Georgia turns through. Kurira is wrong-footed. Butelo is on the far side. The cross comes in. Who is there? The header in the wrong direction. Taken down neatly. Simba Bhora are attacking. This is the first time they've visited the penalty box, but come up, Elliot. We'll take it back and lay for Manenji. As Simba Bhora restart the formula, Shidolo brought down. This Namibian is actually a thorn in the flesh. I was asking silent questions, and he has started answering them emphatically. I have no doubt he's better than the players that are on the bench.
And that turn there that he maneuvered there to beat his marker, you want to call it the Gravenberg turn, you know, where you allow the ball to come, and without even touching it, you swerve and you go away from your marker. I think that was a brilliant turn.
And I think that nickname sits very well with him. He wears just number 38, and the Liverpool great wears the same number. Here is Makunike Jr. Blessing Moyo, back to Makunike. Gets past his marker. Makunike tries afar, and this one goes over. No problem there for Nelson Chaja and Simba Bhora, but my word, Simba Bhora are slowly clawing their way back into the game.
Yeah, so far we've seen the two teams exchanging fire. Here is Junior Makunike letting loose a left shot. Of course, it went over the bar. But what we have seen so far in the past few minutes is that the two teams have been exchanging passes, exchanging punches. But of course, Scotland have been the more enterprising of the two teams. Simba Bhora have held their own, and now they are threatening and getting chances of their own. Definitely a sign of a highly contested encounter.
This is a fiercely contested one. Free kick to Simba Bhora. As Gurirup was thumped to the ground. There is the incident. Tedam Dua takes no prisoners. Gurirup is sent to the ground, but the referee, Shauna Mbire, is on hand to award the free kick. Blessing Moyo is fencing his chances. It took a long look at Nelson Chaja. Maybe what he has in mind is a long-range effort to beat the Maviravira goal minder. Can he do it? That is the question. Blessing Moyo still stands on the ball as Scotland have made up their three-man wall. The kick is taken. Straight to the goalkeeper, Nelson Chajka, who throws it to the near side here. Sona looks very comfortable on the ball, plays it through. You can see that he's a class above the rest. He hasn't really shifted his gears, but the way he controls the ball, the way he distributes, is a cut above the rest, and that's a massive clearance just to avert the danger. Joe Lupata on his feet. There's no way that he can sit comfortably given this situation. Here's the throw. It comes to Shani Sumauchi. Taken down by Kurirab, the other Namibian. The Sona reads it very well. Hits his mark up, but he's brought down by Blessing Makunike, who must be very careful. He's sitting on a yellow. And if he continues to throw in careless tackles, he could go for an early shower, Joe.
Yes, I think players here may advise not to be so temperamental. I think this is one game, high stakes game. Look at the World Samsona there. He changed direction to the confusion of Junior Makunike, and then he came in with a lunge, which was, of course, a rough play, too physical for the referee's liking, and rightly so. In our free kick was awarded to Musona in Scotland. Yeah, but the game is too physical, maybe because of the high tension, the high stakes that this game is dictating. Because the two teams are lying on number 1 and number 2 respectively, and this game is potentially a title decider, or in the long term, it can decide the direction of the league title between Shamva and Harare.
Yes, indeed. But if you ask Joe Lupata, he will tell you that it's not a decider. We still have 3 matches to play, but I can tell you that if you think like that, you'll run out of matches. Yes, Buteles now finding Ziocha. Kurirab is chasing. Comes in with a tackle. And Murwira has done well to shepherd this one over the line for a throw-in. Still goalless in the first 45 minutes. Siniam Sona, ball is taken away. Then it comes to him, a lovely pass comes in now for Kama Billiard. He slips at the crucial moment, and this one is taken away. Simba Bhora will come through. Ndereki. Moyo lets that one slip, but finally finds his goalkeeper Nelson Chajga. And he finds support on the far side. Here is Billiard, who could easily have given the lead to Scotland, but somehow he couldn't sort his feet out in a very, very good looking position.
Yeah, I think wrong decision making on the part of Kama Billiard. He was set loose by a brilliant chip from Knowledge Musona, and he was head on goal. I don't know why he wanted to tuck inward so that he could shoot. I thought a first time shot there from where he was within the box, I think he could have gone for goal.
As we see him now being bundled over by Blessing Moyo. Knowledge Musona once again to do the set piece duty. He can float these into dangerous positions. He was doing so for Zimbabwe in 2 matches, one against Rwanda, the other one against Benin. Here is William Tole taking it from the sky. A tall ball minder who has found his way back into the Malawi team, a team that is being coached by a Zimbabwean, Calixto Basua Marabundu. Ngube does well to win it for Simba Bhora. Gets the return pass, hits his marker. Dereki picks up possession. A lovely turn there by Blessing Makunike. Dereki looking for Kurirab, who couldn't pass it on the pass, and Ziocha is blocked. Referee says play on. That's a close call. Very close call, Ziocha. Clearly fouled, but then the referee doesn't think so. Mureremba still to come to terms with this temperamental game. A good clearance. Mureremba now. Back to Manenji. Clips it on the far side. The clearance doesn't come off. Free kick, says the ref. was the tackle on Ziocha. I think the referee is trying to encourage the game to flow, but it will also happen at some cost for either team. Moyes long ball into the area. Taken away, and the shot comes through, just wide of goal. That was some quick thinking by Manuel Ziocha. He could easily have given Simba Bhora the lead.
Yeah, could have easily given Simba Bhora the lead. What I'm liking now is that Simba Bhora have managed to contain this early threat from Scotland. Look at the first touch that he did. Brilliant turn, control, turn and shoot. The basics of football. And I think the goalkeeper, the Scotland goalkeeper, will be happy to see that one sail away. That's Nelson Chadka. Otherwise, Simba Bhora are now slowly clawing their way back into the game, and they could probably get something out of it. So far, we've seen an evenly balanced match extended, and any team can score now. It's about just who's less temperamental, who remains focused, who remains the solid show, and making sure that whatever they are doing, they are efficient.
Yes, indeed. There's Nelson Chadka goes down injured. You can see all the players are running back to their respective benches. It was Joe Lupata who first summoned these players to come for a briefing. As we take a look at the incident once again, the goalkeeper came off, challenged by two players, and Ziocha shot went just wide, with the goalkeeper way out of office.
Talking of some trivia, while the player is being attended to, in the last 5 games, Simba Bhora have scored 6 goals and conceded 3, which is just a difference of 3 goals. On the other hand, Scotland have scored 13 goals and conceded 7. So Scotland will give you goals, but they are not as tight at the back as Simba Bhora are. Simba Bhora are more efficient than Scotland in terms of their collective play. Simba Bhora are showing a better defensive record than Scotland in the last 5 games. And Simba Bhora have kept 3 clean sheets in the last 5 games, whereas Scotland have only 1 clean sheet in their last 5 games.
Yes, indeed, with both teams coming into this encounter from defeats, as we see there, Peter Mdua talking to young Walter Msona about what to do next. Yes, Scotland having a good grip of the middle of the park, with the Namibian Moses Chidolo pulling the strings here. Young Mreremba yet to settle down as the referee blows and gets Moyo to clear. That's a massive long ball. Headed on by Mauchi, but it's picked up by Kamabilia, who turns away from his marker. Flicks it through. Chidolo, tightly monitored. They now know all about him. Good ball played through. Billiard holding on to the ball. Finally plays it backwards to left back Manenji. Nelson Chadka comes into the picture. He's moving gingerly. This is Peter Mdua posting it forward, but again cleared by Simba Bhora. Manenji should be able to collect this one. Takes a quick throw for Kevin Moyo. Kevin Moyo, a former Dimbare player, now turning out for Scotland FC. Peter Mdua, formerly Highlanders. And the ball is guided backwards. Scotland, of course, featuring a number of former Simba Bhora players in Kama Billiard, Timon Machope, Walter Msona. Here is Ziocha. Lays it through, but poor pass. Peter Mdua clears. Comes to Timon Machope. He's being treated unfairly by Shane Sumauchi. Free kick.
Mauchi and Machope, they know each other from the senior national soccer team. They were in camp together not so long ago. In less than 5 days, they were playing together. And
Yes.
now they are fighting a different cause.
And of course, all of last season they were teammates. Machoka scoring, Maochi defending. So they know each other inside out. As another free kick is given to Scotland players lying injured. But Murwira is up and about. If we take a second look, that was late from Nyani, who again should be very careful. He's walking on thin ice. Him and Kingsley Mleremba. Knowledge Msona, the silent assassin, takes a long look at the situation. There's one player who can hit them. He floats it long into the area. Toilet defense. And Georgia takes it away neatly. A lovely ball played through. Kurirab being harassed rather unfairly, and the ref has intervened and awarded him a free kick. Certainly Georgia deserves special mention, making a very meaningful contribution. There is a Blessing Moyo getting past his marker. The cross comes in, but he's hecked late.
Yeah, he won himself a free kick.
A very, very dangerous tackle there. That was actually Nyani.
Manenji getting a yellow card.
He's all over the place, and Manenji gets a yellow card. The second player from Scotland to get a yellow card. As we take a look at it again,
It was a late tackle.
it was a late tackle,
Yeah, he arrived late.
very late. And the referee, Shaun Ambire, is absolutely right in making that decision. He is managing a very temperamental game. William Tole briefly there being given a few instructions on what to do when Scotland visit the penalty box. Still Nyani being attended at Blessing Moyo with the green armband, standing over the ball. The Simba Bhora is now warming up their bench, just in case Nyani won't be able to continue. With the stadium filled up to capacity here at Wadzanai in Shamba. Wonderful attendance indeed. They're justifying that we need Premier League football in Shamba. This sort of attendance, if it can happen week in, week out at every center in the country, definitely football will become business. Here comes the kick now. It's a long one, headed downwards and out of play. He should have done a lot better by playing it back into the middle of the box to give his team a chance. Nyani now playing on the left.
I think that free kick was overcooked. I would have expected maybe the furthest it would have gone maybe onto the far post, but it even went beyond the far post, and there wasn't enough manpower for Simba Bhora to benefit from that flight of the ball. So a wasted opportunity, Simba Bhora.
Yes, indeed, and another clearance taken too long. William Tole, the Malawian, playing the ball forward, headed away by Murwira. Knowledge Msona, but picked up by Butelezwe. Mube. Here's Nyani. Trying to get past that Murwira. Turns in field. Brings in a good looking cross. But then nobody home as it goes out of play for a throw in. Quickly taken. Manenji being challenged. And it's out of play for a throw in to Simba Bhora Chinuchedu. They are very good playing at home, Simba Bhora. Skamabilia takes it away. Again, quickly picked up by Ndereki Blessed. Lays the ball through. A poor pass is cleared away. Back to Wefta Tafa. Simba Bhora playing the ball through. Ndereki losing possession. Mreremba does well to guide it backwards. This one comes into the middle of the park. lost his footing. Did I speak too soon? Over Shidolo. Here's Nyani Ishmael. In the middle of the park is Junior Makunike. A lovely pass through. Moyo gets the second bite of the cherry. Simba Bhora drifting into the dangerous area. The cross will come. Who is there? The shot blocked. Finally taken up. That to me looked a very, very legitimate tackle. I don't know why the referee blew.
Yeah, I agree with you, Stanley. I thought it was a fair body check where Junior Makunike actually went in for the ball. He was just too smart. Look, he stood between the ball and his marker. And for me, that's a fair challenge. I don't know why the referee gave that one away.
That's exactly how you check possession from an opponent. But of course, Tiao Nambire is the man in charge and closer to the situation. As Mutua plays the ball forward. It's headed away out of danger. Now Simba Bhora having to defend this time around. Knowledge and Sona chasing, but again played into touch quickly. And Murvira to take the throw. Let's see how this one will be taken. God knows Murvira, the Zimbabwe international. And another free kick. I can tell you one of these days we'll see a red card flashed by the referee, especially on treatment over players like Knowledge Msona and Kama Billiard, as well as Walter. They are being harassed unfairly.
And they are the players who can actually punish you from set pieces.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Butelo is a Ngube.
Yeah, he was pulled back.
I know he's a dealing, but then you must be careful. This is a dangerous position. If you involve Knowledge Msona, you have Walter and Kama Billiard in the center. So is Timon Machope. For Scotland, Maviravira. 0-0 the scoreline. If you're joining us for the first time here at Wazanai Stadium, it's taken long, a bit overcooked, but headed backwards. Simba Bhora managed to defend. Mureremba with a short pass. This one picked up. Flick through. A chance. Good effort over the bar. Well taken by Peter Mdua, trying to show the strikers on how it's done. But unfortunately, it was a few inches over the bar.
Yeah, if you look at that, that's Mdua. They're chesting it down, and on the volley, he let go a shot. It was central, yes. William Tole will tell you I had it covered, but still it's a point of bother for Coach Joel Lupatla to say, how do you allow a player to chase the ball, have the luxury of shooting and aiming at goal? So Simba Bhora surviving, that is because Peter Mdua did not direct his ball, his shot, either to the left hand or to the right hand side of goalkeeper Tole.
Tole's clearance is long. Picked up on the near side. Walter Msona's ball forward. Kamabilia does well. Here is Shidolo trying to guide this one, but it's well read by the Simba Bhora defense. Sona, youngster to the elder Msona. Back to Walter. And, trying too many tricks with the ball. And it's taken away from him by Junior Makunike. Headed out of play by Peter Mtua. Very sensible decision. The throw in is taken. Kurirap couldn't get past his marker. Makunike trying a shot from afar. He doesn't have the shooting range. It goes over. No problems there for goalkeeper Nelson Chajga. A bit careless there from the youngster Makunike. He should have done a lot better by playing it to someone who was in a better position.
Yeah, well, he maybe fancied his chances from that range. But look, you are underrating Nelson Chajga to be troubled by any shot from that range, let alone even the Scotland defenders. But I thought maybe there were better options on the far side which he could have played. And we see another stoppage there, the goalkeeper drawing the referee's attention.
Yes, the referee this time going over to talk to the ball boy. You can see that he's telling him nicely to do his job properly, and Tendera Ndiraya with that long look at proceedings. Sean Ambire in full control of this game here. And the kick is taken. Peter Mdua finds support in the form of Murwira. Murwira stops, flicks it through, but to the wrong player. Makunike loses possession in trying to be flowery. Here's a good looking ball inside the area. Oh, it's there! Isn't it? No, my goodness me. How did he keep this one out?
This is where we need technology to assist us, goal line technology, to say, did that ball, look at that cross there that came in there, a chip onto the post, and not Kamabili had flicked it on, a header from Timon Machope against the crossbar, which was eventually cleared. We may need to see that from a different angle. Did the ball, did the entire circumference of the ball cross the line?
Very, very close indeed. Maviravira nearly breaking the deadlock here. Timon Machope doing the right things in front of national coach Michael Nis. The cross comes in and the billiard's effort is way over the bar. No problems there for William Dole, who must count himself very lucky when Timon Machope's header went straight to the crossbar.
And you don't give Timon Machope that much room. Of course, he was being attended to, but he managed to outmuscle himself out and carve out a header. But remember, Timon Machope has scored in every goal, every game for Scotland in the last 5 encounters. So he's always on the score sheet. Will he continue that fine form? We'll wait to see. He's the Kashlaga Premier Soccer League Player of the Month of August, Timon Machope.
Yes, he deserves it indeed, and I think the national selectors awarded him as well, rewarded him rather, with a call-up to the national team in which he played as Ziocha tries to find Kurirab, but then the ball is taken away. It comes to the near side. Nube playing it on the near side. Simba Bhora doing well. This one is picked up by Kurirab, tightly monitored. Butelezwe Nube. Nyani looking for Makunike, who was clearly beaten. Here is Chidolo Moses, the Namibian, with a long range pass, not well directed, as it goes straight to Simba Bhora goalkeeper, who throws and finds Nyani. Here they come again. Dereki still group play to his true level. Blessed Dereki receives from his captain, and they didn't come out well, so the ball runs kindly once again. Webster Tafa is hacked down, and he continues to play. Timon Machope harassing the defenders. Here is Ishane Sumayuchi. He's been told by Dole to leave it to him. William Dole, the Malawian. And before kickoff, I could see that Simba Bhora, in trying to motivate their goalkeeper, they've got a Malawian flag in the stands. Good call. This is the opportunity. Oh, Timon Machope very unlucky, but what a defensive kick there. To me, it looked like it crossed the line.
Yes, looked like that ball crossed the line. The entire circumference might have crossed the line.
But unfortunately, then we do not have technology, and Simba Bhora will save cue to Boyd Matukure. John Ambire blows for a free kick.
Yes, I think Simba Bhora fans will be unhappy with that call. But if you look at the way the movement of Butolezwe Ngube's boot, it was high, and look at the intention. Look at that. Kamapilas were trying to line up a shot, but Butolezwe Ngube's boot was very high, so he will fall foul in terms of the intention. He might not have had contact with the ball, with the opponent, but the intention there will count for much.
If you take a look at the effort once again
sure,
from
that ball
Machope,
bounced off the other side of the line.
I think we can afford the buzzing watch before we get to VAR. And look at him. He's even saying that this should be a goal, talking to the near side assistant referee, Thomas Kusosa. It's a free kick in a good looking position. Knowledge Msona calling up one of his players, it looks like Maninji. There's Mreremba. Jole yelling at his wall so that it stays in the correct position. Simba Bhora have got, what, 6 players on the wall. Here they are now.
That's a dangerous position, Stanley.
Very, very dangerous position. If you have a team that contains Msona, oh, the shot comes in, and this one sailing over. Well taken, just over. I don't know if the goalkeeper could have saved this one if it was on target, Joe.
I don't think he would have saved it. Even for pace, it was well struck. It had the sting in it, it had the venom in it. And I don't think even goalkeeper Tole, even if he had, look at that shot was let loose. Top left corner it was aimed at. But William Tole, I think, is lucky to survive that one. Yes, look, he went for it, but even if he had gone on target, he would have been beaten for pace.
Yes, indeed, as Scotland Mafiravira trying to push the ball forward. Ngube will pick this one up, helped out by Ndereki. He finds Nyani. Ismail drifting towards Murwira. Brings in a crosser. That's a poor cross.
Yeah, it's one of the things, Stanley, that would be more to say after doing so much good work down the line, but the final ball that then gets delivered, you find that it becomes a disappointing effort to say then why you put in a good shift working your way out, but then the end product doesn't come, because at the end of the day it's the end product that will be decisive.
I think these are the details that the coaches should start working on. 2 minutes of additional time has been flagged there by Owen Manenda, the 4th match official. And Webster Tafa carelessly plays the ball into touch. Murwira to take the throw for Simba Bhora, who I must say the long end of the stick in the first 45 minutes. It's a long throw. They had a glorious opportunity after Machope headed onto the bar with the Malawian goalkeeper William Tole well beaten. Here's Murwira once again with another throw. Gets a good looking cross inside the area, and some overzealous attention on Webster Tafa by Kama Billiat. That was Matukure. Boyd Matukure, the player who was brought down. This is the player who cleared from the line, so to speak, because the referee says it's not a goal. William Tole and Tama Machope taking turns, flicking the ball back and forth. Machope must be very careful. The ball belongs to William Tole. Wow, some high risk maneuvers in Shamva. They decided, look, if I can't afford it, I'll come up with a plan. That tree is a good kilometer away from the stadium, and the referee has blown to end the first 45 minutes. Well, a good 45 minutes in terms of performance for Scotland. So Tondera Indiraya will possibly be speaking glowingly to his side at half-time. But for Joe Lupasha, the home team, he might be happy with the fact that they haven't conceded a goal. So it's everything to play for in the second 45 minutes. Your views, Joe, on the first 45?
Yeah, I think the first half has given us an attritional encounter between the top two teams, a top of the table clash between Simba Bhora, who are the defending champions, and visitors Scotland. It's been a game where the two teams threw as much as they got, but it was also a game with some measure of physicality. We saw some crude and hard tackles coming in from both ends, but at the end of the day we go to halftime goalless. But it's a game that is definitely which is synonymous of what it's likely to give us in terms of deciding the direction of the league title, because these two teams have a shout at the league title. But I think maybe going into the second half is a game where we might see a moment of brilliance or a moment of madness that may decide the outcome.
Oh yes, indeed. It depends on who the lucky team is to come up with a moment of brilliance and who the unfortunate team is to come up with a moment of madness. It's time for us now to cross to the studio for halftime analysis.
The electric, the passion will be undeniable, and the battle on the pitch will be absolutely fierce in this epic Matchday 28 encounter. When Harare Giants Dynamos drop onto the fortress Rufaro Stadium, seeking to continue with their resurgence against Striker United FC in the battle for survival, with maximum points the only option. Catch all the action on ZBC TV at 1500 hours, live from Rufaro Stadium this Sunday.
Halftime then at Wadzanai Stadium, and what a match. We did say the mother of all battles, and it could possibly be the title decider. But it's 0-0, as you saw there. And the talking point at Wadzanai Stadium, not only at Wadzanai Stadium, even here in the studio, even in our transmission, and I bet wherever you are there, did that header by Toro, Timon Machope, cross the line? Could if VAR was there, would it have been ruled as a goal? Well, we'll probably get a chance to look at it on the slow-mo when we have a look at the highlights in the first half. What do you think? I don't know. We will decide. But I can tell you that elsewhere, it's 0-0. That was the last time we had only save for two matches at Nyamunga. Ngezi Platinum, who are the visitors, are leading ZPC Kariba by 1-0. At Luveve, Chikenina, who are the home team, are leading relegation tail enders Kwekwe United by 1-0. But elsewhere, just before halftime, it was 0-0. So if you are a Rentals or Caps United fan, you know that it's still 0-0 there and elsewhere. So that's how it stands. In the studio, we've still got those two experts, Sparrow Spencer Nyamadzao, the staunch Manchester United fan, and the staunch Werder Bremen supporter, Uche Achiford Mundaba. And Sparrow, what a first 45 minutes from Shamba.
Well, a good first half from Shamba. I mean, if you look at the way the teams were playing, Shamba got off. Simba Bhora got off the mark in the first 10 minutes. Was all Simba Bhora against Scotland on the back foot, but Scotland got confidence. Knowledge Musona started getting more of the ball. Walter Musona, Kama Billiard in the middle of the park. I think they started pushing forward, getting crosses to Toro, and they finished strong. I mean, they could have scored a couple of goals in this first half, but a bit with the good defense were coming from Simba Bhora, and also Kama Billiard slipping at the last minute.
Yeah.
The real first chance of the game, and that one there that Toro scored, which was not a goal. I mean, like you rightly said, it went far. It could have been a goal.
You thought it crossed the line.
I called it a goal when I saw that.
We will see. We will see when the highlights come by, so that you can decide. VAR, Atina, we don't have VAR. Otherwise, VAR would have checked it and decided which way. But Sparrow thinks it crossed the line. Uche says no ways, it didn't cross the line. Uche.
Yeah, you know, on balance of probability, it didn't, because that's what the match official said. Not that I'm supporting a 1-0 for Simba, but to be sincere, the opening 50% of the half belonging to.
I thought you were. I thought you were, because I didn't have a Buddha game.
So CNN find that the first 20.5 minutes belong to Simba, and the second half of the first half belonging to Scotland. To be sincere, Scotland in the dying minutes, yeah, they were asking questions, though not precise in front of goal, but there should be 2 or so goals up there. Simba, they are overpassing the ball in unnecessary areas and not troubling the Scotland goalkeeper. So I think Scotland are now in rhythm, and to be honest, Simba have been saved by the half-time mark, because Scotland were now just bombarding that goal area and looking for that elusive opener. So come second half, I think we are still in for it.
Yes, I think we are set for another humdinger of a half in the second. Just a reminder that I told you that all the other games, the 7 of the 7 games, there are only 2. The 7 other games happening elsewhere, there are only 2 where goals have been scored. At Nyamunga, where Ngeze Platinum are the visitors, they are leading 1-0 against PC Kariba. And at Lufeve, Chicken Inn, the home team, leading Kwekwe United by 1-0. But everywhere else, it's goalless, 0-0. So all those matches are crunch matches. Yada Bikita 0-0, Manika Green Fuel 0-0, Rentals Caps United 0-0. So and Simba Bhora Scotland 0-0. Woo! I was going through my notes. It took me about hours. It did. Hard copy. I was going, and this is the first time that we have had a situation where, with 7 matches to go before the end of the season, we've got 9 possible relegation candidates. So that's history. Since 1993, it has never happened. By this time, we will have known which teams will be relegated. We will have known. And it has never happened. And since 1984 as well, it has never happened that a team gets promoted into the top flight and wins the league title. That only happened back then when Black Rhinos did win that one. Right, let's relive the highlights, including that goal or no goal. Let's have a look at it. Well, yes, I think we've started with that one, as Scotland seemed to be racing away in celebration. Well, here in the studio, you had Sparrow saying that one, definite goal. Uche saying not a goal, as we see the highlights. What a crack. The first half, it was the first half of 2 halves, Sparrow, isn't it?
True.
Right. Let's have a look. Slow motion. The header by Toro. They turned around, Stanza saying, no, that one went in. Let's hope we're going to get it again. And Stanza just furious, isn't it? Stanza wants a goal there. But Tichao Nambire stood his ground and said, no goal. But I'm saying it was the first half of 2 halves, Spark.
Definitely, I mean, Simba Bhora getting off the mark, having a couple of shots at Tichaja's goal, and the 2 chances there. We see Peter Mdua with another chance in the first half, just skying his effort over the bar, and a free kick by Munenje, just going over the post. That it was well taken free kick there, Senior.
Yes, Uche, you rightly summed it up, or was it Sparrow? Said the first 22, I think it was you, the first 22 minutes, Simba Bhora, the last 22 minutes, Scotland. So we don't know what the second half beholds for us.
Yeah, obviously, I think the 2 coaches are both regrouping, reorienting, and re-strategizing to see the weak points that they can exploit. But what has impressed me so far is Scotland, especially when they had possession up front, the rate at which they are attacking the goal. Once they get possession, the time they are taking to be in the attacking third, it's a lightning rapidity vis-a-vis Simba Bhora. Simba Bhora overpassing the ball in unnecessary areas and taking long to trouble, thereby giving the Scotland rearguard time to recover. So tactically, it seems Scotland have an upper end in the first half.
Will they take that to the second half? That is the big question. Remember, Gunners, Michael Tapera is not in the lineup. He hasn't started. The last time at Rufaro Stadium, Kumpiles, he didn't start. They brought him on with 14 minutes to go. It was 0-0. He made it 1-0, and his second goal was a beauty, a pure beauty. Ranking as one of the top contenders of the season. We've seen so many goals. I mean, just lately, the latest one was that beauty, the left foot from Mundikumbuke the darling of the Dynamo's fans, scoring the winner against Scotland. We've seen beautiful, classical goals. I mean, this Zimbabwe football premiership is something to behold. But if you're just joining us now, Iwe, where the heck were you? Because this is a game and a half as we await the second half. Like I said, 7 other games that we have. Only 2 have goals scored, 1-0, 1-0, and tomorrow we're bringing it to you as well live. Dinamo Dimbari taking on the Sugar Boys. So what happens in the second half? Let's see if our 2 experts here can shed more light on that. Let's start with the men from Old Trafford.
Well, I think the second half, Scotland finish off stronger, and they'll want to continue from that and look for the early goal and to give them confidence. I mean, like Archie rightly put it across, from the middle of the park going forward, Scotland, they're passing the ball with Walter Msona, Knowledge Msona, Kama Billiard, all involved, and Toro is now starting to get clean balls up front, and he's one person who's also has got an eye on the top goal scorer, and he wants to continue banging in the goals. We just hope they continue from where they left in the second half, where they were putting in the pressure, and only time will tell. But I fancy them scoring within the first 20 minutes of the second half.
Wow, that's a prophetic vision there from Sparrow, seeing them scoring the first, you say 20 minutes?
First 20 minutes, if they continue from where they left, like how, if they finish the first half, first 20 minutes, they should have a goal.
All right. And let's find out, he's in the relegation zone in the German Bundesliga thinks.
Thank you so much, Senin. The beauty of the interval or half time in football is that it gives victory, but it breaks via half time. So obviously, Simba Bhora will need to work on their rear guard. They are giving the forwards of Scotland more room to pass the ball, and the transition of Scotland is happening at lightning speed. So you find that the defensive part of Simba Bhora need to actually both man mark and space mark in terms of Scotland. The players are very experienced and they are quality players. So from range they can trouble you, and within range they can also trouble you. So for of going for a draw, they will still remain on the top, and if they win it, that will be a plus, because they then widen the gap to 5 points. So why not start the second half like a house on fire, score a goal or 2, then you have Scotland on the back pedal.
Right. I'll also need to remind you, I hope you haven't forgotten, that our under-17, the Young Warriors, are in action at Ngoni Stadium taking on Eswatini. We lost the first encounter to Mozambique by 1-0. Let's just hope the youngsters can bounce back into contention. It's for the CAF Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations finals tournament, which will take place next year. But these are the COSAFA qualifiers, the COSAFA region, and we are heading Group A. We lost our first game, like I said, against Mozambique. We're taking on Eswatini. We'll also let you know what will be happening there. And so it's we're just getting ready to go to rejoin the 2 guys at Wadzanai Stadium. Timon Machope on 11 goals, just 2 behind Washington. That's Washington Navaya. We just need to check who scored for Chicken in there. Well, it doesn't really matter because they are not in the top, are they? Washington Navaya plays for Tel 1, and their game against Moors still at Ascot Stadium, still deadlocked, goalless. So we will see there if Timon Machope can get 2, like what against Dynamos, then he'll be level with Washington. Well, I can tell you that for Chicken Inn at the Gamecocks, Brian Musa has made it 1-0 there. Talent Chamboko scoring for Madamburo Ngezi Platinum against ZPC Kariba. And we still wait to see. I've just heard that at Ngoni Stadium, it's Zimbabwe under-17 nil, Eswatini under-17 nil. So these goalless affairs, I don't know what's happening. We're waiting for goals, but they are not coming. Save from Luveve Stadium and Nyamunga Stadium. So We just waiting to reconnect with the guys at Wadzanai Stadium. The last time, like I said, these two teams played. Of course, Simba Bhora were trounced 2-0. I think 2-0, it's fair to say trounced. Those are the pictures from Wadzanai Stadium. A peg, we must say, yes, there's always a good crowd when Simba Bhora are playing, but today must be the highest attendance, guys. The highest attendance.
So I think it's the highest attendance at Wadzanai so far. I think some even failed to get access entry because the stadium was declared full to capacity. And that's why you see some guys watching from trees. So,
but we, you know, if you climbed up the tree, I remember at Rufaro Stadium, climbed up the tree, and if you took an old man's position, when you mfana burga muti ndepango talk of positions muti na yakuma. But anyway, right, let's Stanley Katsade and Joseph Nkani will be talking to you at the end of the night.
The air will be electric, the passion will be undeniable, and the battle on the pitch will be absolutely fierce in this epic Matchday 28 encounter when Harare Giants Dynamos drop onto the fortress Rufaro Stadium, seeking to continue with their resurgence against Striker United FC in the battle for survival, with maximum points the only option. Catch all the action on ZBC TV at 1500 hours, live from Rufaro Stadium this Sunday.
He started off the bench, given the level of impact that he has in games, his skill, his abilities. He's a player from the top shelf. Let's see what sort of impact he will have in this match here for Simba Bhora.
That's in the exchange of pleasantries with the Kama Billiard. They are too familiar to each other. They've been in the trenches together, even at national team level. Yeah, they know each other very well.
As this one is taken through, Buteles Nube. Blessing Moy again giving away possession rather unnecessarily. And the Chajga posting a long one, neatly brought down by Walt Thompsona. Shidolo beaten there. And Nyani clears the danger. Donald Mudadi introducing himself to the game here with a delicate touch. Good it up. Goes through and it's a goal kick. Goal kick to Simba Bhora. Chajga takes it short. Titamdua clipping it long, but it's taken away. Mudadi can't fasten onto that pass. Manenji playing it short, and Kamapeliat shielding the ball intelligently. Here is Ashidolo once again being brought down. His turns are a nightmare to opposing players.
I think it's evident that Shidolo is a Gravenberch fan. Look at the number that he wears and look at his moves. It's typical of Ryan Gravenberch from Liverpool. He's so steady. He knows what to do. He scans the environment before the ball arrives, and then he sends his marker the other way and he goes one way.
Brilliant player indeed, Shidolo Moses. This one is given away. It comes to Mudadi. Tightly monitored there by Kama Billiat. Using his experience to good effect. Plays it off Donald Mudadi for a throw in to Scotland. Manenji to take it. 0-0 the scoreline as we start the second half here at Wadzanai Stadium. A lovely ball played through Manenji. Good ball looking for Machope. And the shoulder charge takes it away. Now Machope. A chance now, but cleared away by Matukure. And Murwira Cannot keep this one in play. He will have to set off for a throw. Murwira's throw. Finding Shidolo. Turns away. Shidolo couldn't get past his marker, but Scotland retained possession. This is Walter Msona. Get it away once more. This is Donald Mudadi giving the Shamba best side some cutting edge, but then they are all aware of his abilities. Blessing Moyo, the captain. Back from Donald Mudadi. He plays it short on the near side for Ziocha. Flicks it through into the box, and who is there? No ways, and taken away by Nelson Chajga. Plus young Junior Makunike failing to take full advantage. It could have been a goal there for Simba Bhora. Chinuchedu missing an opportunity. Here is Shidolo giving away the ball once again, and Simba Bhora can restart the formula from the far side. Comes to Mudadi, and again this one goes away. Out of play on the far side. Throw into Chinuchedu. Simba Bhora. The Shamba based outfit as we take a look at that delicate pass by Ziocha, and the young Makunike failing to take full advantage. Surely he should have tested goalkeeper Tole there.
He should have. He didn't have a clean connection with the ball. I think he created himself a good run. He ran into space where the ball was coming from, and his shot was not well executed. He didn't have a good connection with the ball. Maybe he took his eyes off the ball, but otherwise a glorious chance falling to Junior Makunike and Simba Bhora and not utilized.
Yes, Blessing Moyo is taken away easily there by Maninji. Comes on the near side. Machope running away from his marker. Standing firm under the watchful eye of Ishane Sumauchi. Kamapiliat taking over. Mureremba guiding it backwards. He finds Murwira. God knows Murwira. To Walter Msona. This is a good run. And it's taken away by the goalkeeper William Dole. We welcome those joining us to his captain, Blessing Moyo.
And speaking of Joe Lupata, you remember he received a red card in the last encounter. That was Simba Bhora versus Manika Diamond last game. But of course he was sanctioned off the touchline, the technical area. But today he sits on the bench because he was sanctioned only to sit out the remaining part of the previous game, and that's why we see him on the bench even today.
Yes, Joe Lupata is not associated with indiscipline at all since his playing days, and it is very surprising that he ended up being asked to sit out the remaining part of that particular match. As we see here, the high put, and Simba Bhora wanted a free kick. Good play there by Machope, but then to nobody. Matukure Boyd clips it long. This one comes to the near side. Can Manenji keep the ball in play? No, he can't. It's a throw in to Simba Bhora.
As it remains goalless, yes, then the 8 games that are lined up for today, we've only seen 2 goals. And the 2 goals coming in from Chicken Inn, who are currently leading 1-0 over Kwekwe United. And ZPC Kariba currently trailing by 1-0 to Ngezi.
That was a good shot from Donald Mudadi. Just shooting wide of the goalkeeper Nelson Charga. And you can see him demanding an explanation from his defenders. That was a dangerous situation. Junior Makunike, that effort. If it was on target, it would have been interesting to see if the goalkeeper could have saved it. Donald Mudadi introducing his arrival on the scene here. It was actually a surprise that he wasn't part of the first 11. Chandra Ndiraya, who knows all about Donald Mudadi, will definitely make some arrangements to make sure that his impact is curtailed here. Gutierrez Ngube onto the far side. Nyani getting past his marker. He goes down. Referee says play on. Murwira plays on. Walter Msona helps it out. Mreremba. Even Mudadi. That long pass is overcooked. And it goes out of play. Nyani not happy with the service. And they wanted a free kick on that occasion. That wasn't given by the referee. Nola Jimsona to his young brother Walter. A chance now. Kamapiliat in the area. Tries to play the ball. But again, blocked. Simba Bhora very strong in the defensive area. Nyani. Blessing Moyo. Simba Bhora slowing down play for a while so that they can re-strategize. Mube turning one way, then the other. Makunike guiding it backwards. Here it comes to Boyd. Makuture. The ball is taken up. It comes to Makunike. Straight to the far side. Again the overlapping Nyani. Getting past the Murwira. Simba Bhora depending heavily on the overlapping defenders, especially Ismail Nyani, the man in the picture. And this time he wins a corner kick. Joe.
Yeah, and I think that is evident of the tricks that Simba Bhora coach Joel Kulupasha introduced at half-time break. Because you can see a different pattern of play on the part of Simba Bhora. They are now tightening the screws on Scotland. Scotland are currently on the break foot, but now that needs a goal at the end of it all. Because good play on its own is not good enough. You need a
good looking cross, but cleared away quickly. Another one comes in. Here is Makuture. Boyd. Ball played on the near side here to Donald Munadi. He has got the skill. Oh, he's there! Over the bar. Wow. Ishane Sumauchi. With what could have been a goal for Simba Bhora. Donald Munadi with the pitch of a ball into the box. But somehow the lengthy defender headed in the wrong direction to keep the scoreline at 0-0.
A warning shot fired by Simba Bhora there. You don't give Ishane Sumauchi all that space all by himself. He was unchallenged. He just needed to direct his header at goal, any side of goal, it would have been on target. But we must also mention a good cross that was sent in by the Donald Mudadi. It would have come out as a good assist from the Don. But unlucky there, Mauchi flighting his shot, his header over the bar.
Goal kick as Boyd Matukure. Some fans clad in blue, obviously supporting Scotland. They've come all the way from Harare to Shamba Wadanai Stadium to watch this epic battle here. First and second, fighting for 3 points. A win for Simba Bhora will extend their lead to 5 points. The win for Mapiravira, Scotland, will actually eclipse Simba Bhora by 1 point as Nelson Chajga collects. It's a packed stadium here at Wadanai Stadium. A wonderful attendance indeed. We rarely see such crowds here in Zimbabwe, unless if it's Highlanders playing jungle to attract 1,000. Donald Mudadi is now a center of attraction because he's clearly posing a danger there to Scotland, and Mapiravira are trying to keep him under control. Here they've taken up possession. Ziocha playing it wide to the far side. Nyani, he's trying to get past her. Here comes a chance for a cross. Lubez cross inside the area and taken away by the goalkeeper Chajga. He plays it through. Young Musona loses possession. Makunike. That's a poor effort. Straight to Nelson Chajga.
Yeah, I think Makunike was trying to force issues there. There was no way he was going to craft something out of that, besides maybe setting up an assist for someone to finish. And look at that Scotland fan. She's not happy with